Hello, Tyler Chianelli here, founder of Option Trading Coach and head trader at Option Trader Club. And we're having a great start to 2017. I want you to get excited because you know why? Because there's a new offering that I've created the first month of 2017. I created this program and it actually helped me facilitate this trade idea on Arconic, ARNC. It's already up over 250% in the first 6 weeks. I've taken out my investment and now it's running and it's running nice. And on top of that, I'm going to show you an excerpt here of what happened, what I'm going to do moving forward, and how you can get involved in finding that next big trade opportunity, whether it's a short-term income trade or long-term leaps trade that turns into an income-producing spread, which is what I'm really developing now. It's all about knowing your options and knowing what strategy is going to work for you and knowing how to filter and sift and sort through all of the chaos out there, because there's a lot of noise in the market. And my goal here is to kind of alleviate that noise and show you what works, and show you what works through a proven and a systematic process that I call the Complete Options Index. And this index is comprised of over 2,000 securities. You're gonna see me run through this using live examples in the Thinkorswim application by TD Ameritrade. And we're gonna have a lot of fun. And at the end of the day, if you can leave through this video and know that you have the ability to do this too, then my goal is complete. And on top of that, you're gonna have a lot of ideas to maybe practice and paper trade, or maybe even go live with, whatever you're ready to do. But just get ready, get excited, and let's go ahead and jump into the live segment. Hello there, welcome into my trading application that I use, Thinkorswim by TD Ameritrade. Not affiliated, endorsed by them, but I do know the platform very well. I've been trading on it for the last 10 plus years. And if you're a self-directed retail trader, having the right tools and technology is going to give you not only an advantage against other traders out there, but it's going to make you more confident and clear on executing your trades and your strategies. So what I want to show you real fast is something, one of my favorite, most successful trading strategies that I've become very experienced with, and I've done very well with it, is buying these out of the money, or even sometimes in the money or at the money, but basically buying long-term options known as LEAPs. LEAPs is the acronym for Long-Term Equity Anticipation Security, and it's a trademark of the CBOE because they use that term to basically characterize these long-term options. So what I want to show you is it's been about 1 month since I purchased my first most successful LEAPs trade. I have about 25 of them on here, and overall my LEAPs portfolio is up about 20% in the first month and a half of 2017, and it's partially in thanks to this trade, this Arconic, and I have a trade down here on CLF that I'll show you next, and also a couple other ones. But at the end of the day, if you can create a portfolio, and some are going to be down a little bit, some are going to be losers, you're going to sell off, some are going to be decent winners, but some are going to be home runs. And these home run trades, like this one right here that I'm going to show you, I purchased these January 2018. They expire right here, Jan 19, 2018. But I purchased these on January 17th. Today is February 17th. It's right around lunchtime Eastern. And you can see that I purchased these. I purchased 10 for $2.40. And what I want to show you now is how I run my business, just to give you some more context and show you how a professional trading system is run. All right, this is the tracking sheet that I created and that I use to basically manage and run my LEAPs portfolio. So I definitely have a lot of short-term income spreads and different things that I use for kind of weekly and monthly income. But my favorite and my most successful strategy, I'm going to continually hammer this home because I feel it's so powerful when you really understand this, is this LEAPs trade. I mean, I have blacked out all of the symbols here just for the integrity of the positions and the community that I keep inside the Options Trader Club. But you can kind of see it was about a $50,000 total investment with everything, and it's up currently about $7,700. And my average return per trade over these 25 different trades, which some are kind of just getting started, some are almost a year old almost. But what I want to show you is the process. Hopefully you can see the power of this. And what I've always talked about and teach people is if you can put on a long-term trade, really first and foremost, the hardest thing about trading is timing. You put on, and that's why 90% of options expire worthless. If you put on a short-term trade and you're buying options, you have a higher probability of losing than if you buy a longer-term option contract that might be 8, 9, 10 months or a year or more in duration versus that shorter-term one that's maybe a couple weeks or a couple months. But this is the trade on Arconic. These are all the closed LEAPs trades so far in 2017, about a month and a half in. And you can kind of see down here that my result is about a 250% gain. And the most important thing I want to tell you right now is this total cost of $25.20. That's selling 3 contracts, and I still have 7 up here that are still remaining. And you can see that they're worth over $5,000. What I'm saying is, I've gotten back my entire investment in the first month and a half, and now I'm sitting on an asset that's producing income. And this is the spreadsheet that I use. I also use a sold call tracking here. You can kind of see the sold calls there for ongoing income. But this is the position right here. This is the sold calls that actually got filled today. And this is an example of how you can produce income short term on your long term options. And this is something that you can do in a multitude of environments, whether we're in an uptrend bull market, or we're starting a bear market and we're selling off, or in a consolidating sideways market. This is actually where it works best. So I want to show you the chart on this, because this is going to show you what is possible if things continue like this, because there's still 10.5 months left on this position. And you can kind of see that the breakout I got in right here on the 17th of January, right when it was kind of consolidating before the breakout. And one of the things that I will explain is there was an earnings announcement, which, that was a risk that I accepted, especially when you have a 1-year option contract. You're going to have 4 earnings in that cycle. So I said, that's totally fine. It wasn't a huge position. In hindsight, I wish I bought 100 contracts, but you can't worry about that. You just have to keep pushing forward and find the next big trade. And this continuation that we're seeing, it looks very good to where it can go higher. So all I'm saying is we're 6 weeks in on this trade. I'm already producing positive theta and income by selling short-term calls that are out of the money. These March 2017 32 calls have a 79% probability of expiring worthless. So there's things that I teach inside the trading mastery program, inside the easy option trading course, and especially in the options trader club when we do a lot of these live classes and webinars on how to manage a position like this. If it becomes in the money and the stock trades up to 34, what do you do? How do you roll that? How do you manage that? And that's a separate discussion. But at the end of the day, you have to know your option Greeks. You have to know how to manage your position, and you have to know the strategies that are conducive for long-term success. You can kind of see some of the other positions down here. The other one that's done well this year is on Cleveland Cliffs. And Cleveland Cliffs is something that I purchased back in August of 2016. So several months in the trade. And the beautiful thing about this one as well is the same thing happened. As far as, one of the rules that I teach is when you double your money, sell half your position. So I've already sold half of my original 50 contracts. I have 25 that are still open that you can see right here. 25 is that plus 25 right there. And then you can see that I've already taken off my cost basis. That's the gain on a kind of a linear standpoint, looking at buying 25 contracts at 75 cents and selling them at $1.50 roughly. Right now they're worth about $1.47. And this is one that I have a pending sell order, as you can see up here, to start producing income and selling that short-term call option to create some passive revenue, some positive theta. That's what we call that in the options world. So at the end of the day, it's about knowing the strategies that are conducive for the current environment that we're in. If we're continued trending higher in 2017 and we see this bull market continuing, then these long delta trades are going to do well. But it can change on a dime. It can change very fast, and you have to know how to analyze the market and be prepared for the big sell-off that we're probably going to see in the next couple months or years ahead, because we've been in a very strong 8-year bull market. You can kind of see the perspective of these are the diamonds, which are the Dow Jones Etf. Just kind of broad market. You can kind of see the sell-off in 2008. But since 2010 right here, we're trading right around 100 or 10,000 on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. If you fast forward about 7 years or so, you can see that we're trading up 100% higher in that duration, which is a pretty substantial bull market. And yes, it looks good, but it could definitely retrace back down to 18,000, and we could shed easily 10% on the Dow. But if that happens in the first or second quarter of 2017, or the second half of 2017, or not till 2018, you just have to be prepared for it. And one of the things that I'm looking forward to is taking a lot of these open leaps positions right here that are all positive deltas. You can see if I took all of the cumulative delta right here of all these open leaps positions, it's long about 9,000 deltas. And if I beta weighted that to the S&P 500, it's probably like a third of that. So when the S&P 500 goes up, these leaps positions are going to do well. The beautiful thing is that I've already started to realize gains down here, and I'm starting to book profits, which is going to help embed a successful trading year, because you can't allow yourself to try to be emotional or think you know what's going to happen, because at the end of the day, we don't know what's going to happen. And if you can have a strict and a smart money management plan, then you're going to stand until the test of time with this business, and that's what I'm here to help you do. So I look forward to seeing you inside the Options Trader Club. I also have a new program, and it's actually a very exciting workflow change on how I even found out about this Arconic trade, and it's something something called the Complete Options Index, and this is going to show you how you can basically use some advanced scan criteria that I've already done everything for you, and using these different watch lists. I call it T-Koi, but just to give you an introduction, I have all these separate like segmented watch lists with certain characteristics that are basically filtered through sub-industry, through PE ratios, through volatility index, also using some like advanced metrics for put-call ratios and a couple of technical tools. This is a really powerful workflow that I think can really help you. So if you want to learn more, head over to optiontradingcoach.net. Of course, I have optiontradingcoach.com with all the other resources and videos and so forth, but optiontradingcoach.net is going to get you into and really the launch videos showing you about this Complete Options Index and how you can use this to not only streamline your trading efforts, but to provide a tremendous amount of confidence and clarity in your next big trade opportunity that you're going to find. So that's all for now. Hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you on the next one. Have a wonderful rest of your day, morning, evening, wherever you are in the world. Thanks so much. This is Tyler Chianelli, CEO and founder of Option Trading Coach and Options Trader Club, and I'll see you on the next video update.